going to get the drive. Will Marco Morelli do it as he did yesterday? He hasn't got quite a good chance. It's Rico Salmella.
Yeah, Salmella's got the run. He's neck and neck with Carpe Morelli.
On his tail. There's Brian Uriarte right there behind Rico Salmella on the 27.
What about Valentin Peroni, though? The 73 yesterday, another podium finish for him. He won. The riders all running very, very wide there on the exit to Strubben. Now onto this short squirt of a back straight. It'll be about, what, all the way pinned through turn 6, Peter?
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely. This is the fastest part here. Back to third gear. And then through this right-hander. There's two fast sections. That was the quickest. And then the run back to the start and finish. Also, you get up into 6th.
But could this be the place that he turns it around?
And Brian Uriarte, you can see him there in third place, the middle of your screen. He has seen that Marco Morelli has jumped ahead now. He's opened up a couple of bike lengths lead in the back straight.
One rider who was really strong yesterday, we've not yet seen the best of here, is Veda Pratama. He is in 8th place, is the Indonesian. A real feature, up from 12th on the grid yesterday, battling for 3rd. On his tail. Let's see if they can slipstream him down the back straight. One rider who was really strong yesterday, we've not yet seen the best of here, is Veda Pratama. He is in 8th place, is the Indonesian. A real feature.
Said he missed the gear on that final lap yesterday. That really spoilt his chances of getting on the podium.
Oh,
and then of course he had,
going a bit wide there. Sorry, Peter. Yeah, he had a big bobble. That was where he had it.
Brilliant stuff. Those onboard camera shots are absolutely superb. Oh, you can see that's the back end of Carpe. And there is Marco Morelli still with it, but kicked down the order as it happened yesterday when he was pushed back to 10th or even 11th and 12th place, I think, at one time.
I absolutely love watching the difference in riding styles for both Alvaro Carpe and Marco Morelli. Look fine. Meanwhile, you got sort of Pedro Acosta-esque from his fellow Mercian, Alvaro Carpe, right behind him, leaning off so far, you can almost get his chin down.
Right, and Salmella, one of the second yesterday's back. And it's just stringing out a little bit in a different way to it. This is really, Morelli has stretched things, hasn't he?
Yeah. And
he's still got pace is strong, and at the moment it's a sort of a top 6 moodily, and the end of that top 6. They've got away from Hakim Danish and Veda Pratama.
I think I've got a reason why that is, Peter. Yesterday
passed Alvaro Carpe, who was the major leader yesterday, but he said he didn't really want to show them. Oh, and somebody's off in the dirt.
Oh, that's Guillaume Plonk in the background. No, number 24.
Carpe and Morelli today, but it has stretched things. Not everybody can manage that pace, obviously. It's a very different race than yesterday.
So they weren't no one was doing a low 144 yesterday.
Bit of a struggle to hang on at the moment. Let's hope he can do it. He's really he's lost the slipstream that far back. This is the second playthrough, and it's led by Hakim Danish, the Malaysian, on the number 13.
Oh, flat in the race. He was riding near enough all on his own, caught that group after he crashed. Who's up front leading the way? Here he is.
Good thinking, mate. Good thinking.
Not just a pretty chasing pack. Can they work together? Thompson, Christian Daniel Jr., Giulio Pugliese, Leonardo Zanni, Dodo Boggio, and Hakim Danish. Can they chase the leaders down? Can they live with that sort of pace? Can they live with that sort of pace? I'm not sure, but tyre wear will be a factor in this race.
Yeah, and we just seen Daniel get a tape attached to it that the riders can pull off if they see the engine temperature is rising. And I think that's what one of them did. Didn't see who it was, but in this lead pack somebody did that just a few corners ago.
However, that normally requires there to be a real one of the championship front runners to be in that chasing group. I think Hakim Danish is certainly a rider to keep an eye on, but can he bring the others all back into the fray?
There and thereabouts.
Exactly.
But he wasn't quite there, so right with the front runners. And I think Ruche is hanging on that. He's got back with that group. I feared he might
even put in qualifying. Goes to show Rookies Cup riders learning all the time, even in the race.
And nobody I spoke to after the race, spoke to all of the top 6 guys, the top runners, and nobody talked about tyre degradation in the race yesterday. As we say, the pace is hotter now. I just wonder how it's going to shape out.
Got a battle for the final point between Guillaume Plonk and Sullivan Mounsey.
So, let's mention that Born Racers series that is now on TNT in the UK. It's viewable in America as well, and it's going to more and more countries. So please take a look. And Spielberg when we come back racing again.
And although, full disclosure, we're paid to commentate, it is one of the best series I've ever watched on motorcycle racing. I've never seen such an
So look for born racers.
Here we go then. So, Ruche Moodley and Brian Uriarte just at the back of this group then, as we were looking at that replay, something must have happened there, that they've been quite a big gap that's opened up between Sal Miller and Uriarte and Ruche Moodley there. But this circuit's so much about flow, isn't it? I mean, especially this part of the corner. The lap times are stuck. They have broken that previous group.
But Moodley and Uriarte aren't a lot slow. It is just fractions. It'll be interesting to see just how it unfolds. We're now...
It'd be lovely to speak to them after the race to find out what really went on, because Morelli, my suspicion is it's him who's just absolutely pounding it out there and just basically saying, lads, there's only two-time winners so far this year. It's Brian Uriarte, who of course got his second victory of the year yesterday, and Max Quiles, who got a victory in first race in Le Mans, first race.
Marco Morelli that leads quite handsomely now across the start and finish with there'll be 6 laps remaining.
This is just really impressive, because again, let's have a second. Carpe shaking his head there. I wonder if he's getting a little bit frustrated, perhaps. He's running a little bit wide. He's really trying to catch him up.
I mean, you know, Quartet, it's because they're absolutely maxed out. He's got his head down now. He's going to get back on turns if he can, and so will Moodley.
This is just, I mean, I'm enjoying this. It's not the most, and they're just absolutely gunning for it. This is what it's about.
Yeah, that's right, it is. And Morelli is just superb. I hope I don't curse him like this.
I know, I'm being cautious about what I say, because I don't want to scare him. A couple of track limits warnings there, potentially coming in for the likes of Peroni and maybe even Morelli, who seem to, the Argentinians just cutting the chicane there. Won't spoil it, but that did decide part of the result in motor. Yeah, you don't want to be getting a track limits warning. As you say, Uriarte doing as much as he can, but he's not really making any inroads on them at the moment with 5 laps to go. Rico Salmela says it's time to push on.
Pada seri keempat, para pembalap Red Bull Rookies Cup melakoni 3 sesi sekaligus, yakni Free Practice 1, Free Practice 2, dan ditutup sesi kualifikasi. Pada sesi Free Practice 1, Veda Ega Pratama menempati posisi ke-12 dengan terpaut gap 1,604 detik dari Rico Salmela. Rico Salmela mencatatkan waktu tercepat di sesi FP1 dengan 1 menit 45,345 detik. Catatan waktu Veda Ega membaik di sesi FP2 dan menempati posisi ke-11 dengan catatan waktu 1 menit 45,920 detik dari total 10 lap yang dijalani. Veda Ega kembali memperbaiki catatan waktunya di sesi kualifikasi. Sayangnya, pembalap asal Gunung Kidul itu gagal tembus ke 10 besar dan harus puas di urutan ke-12 dengan 1 menit 45,317 detik. Dengan demikian, Veda Ega akan memulai race 1 Red Bull Rookies Cup 2024 di sirkuit Assen pada urutan ke-12. Sementara pole position diraih oleh Alvaro Charpe yang mencatatkan waktu 1 menit 43,858 detik disusul Rico Salmela dan Brian Uriarte. Rider muda Veda Ega Pratama, pembalap berbakat dari Indonesia, siap kembali menggebrak di Red Bull Rookies Cup 2024 yang akan berlangsung di sirkuit Assen, Belanda pada tanggal 29 hingga 30 Juni 2024. Pembalap muda Veda Ega Pratama telah menunjukkan performa yang sensasional di seri-seri sebelumnya. Penampilannya yang gemilang ini mengantarkannya ke posisi di 10 besar klasemen sementara. Di Assen, Veda Ega bertekad untuk tampil maksimal dan meraih kemenangan pertamanya di musim ini. Sirkuit Assen terkenal dengan tikungannya yang cepat dan lurus panjang, yang cocok dengan gaya balap agresif Veda Ega. Pembalap muda Veda Ega Pratama terus bersiap untuk tampil di ajang Pekan Olahraga Nasional Si Aceh Sumatera Utara 2024. Berbagai persiapan terus dilakukan Veda Ega Pratama di sela-sela kesibukannya menjalani musim balap di Red Bull Rookies Cup 2024 di Eropa. Disinggung peluangnya tampil di PON mendatang, Veda yang pernah merasakan persaingan di ajang olahraga multi-event terbesar di Indonesia kala berlomba di Papua tahun 2021 silam mengaku, akan menunggu keputusan dari pelatih terlebih dahulu. Jika di ajang PON mendatang dirinya masih menunggu keputusan dari tim pelatih, apalagi di ajang RBRC. Veda bertekad untuk bisa meraih hasil maksimal dan memberikan kebanggaan bagi Indonesia di ajang internasional. Pembalap motor andalan dari Indonesia, Veda Ega Pratama, kian bersinar terang di Eropa. Pada seri keempat kejuaraan balap motor Red Bull Rookies Cup di sirkuit Mugello, Italia yang dihelat Minggu, 2 Juni 2024, Veda Ega tampil cukup mengesankan. Pada race 1, Veda Ega Pratama finish di peringkat kelima dan race 2 finish di posisi ke-8.